guys, welcome back to another week's episode in the kitchen. This week we're going to make roasted tomato soup. Kind of a really nice recipe. It's got a nice flavor to it, good for a cold day. Definitely a pretty easy recipe. It may look hard, but it's a fairly easy recipe to put together. So let me go ahead and prep and we'll be right back. So to start off, we have 8 or 9, depending on size, cloves of garlic, 4 large beef eater tomatoes, a medium-sized yellow onion, some rosemary and some basil, and Liam Perrin's Worcestershire sauce. Also, I'll be adding a little bit of dried oregano, and that should be it. So we'll be back in just a moment. Let me go ahead and cut things up and go ahead and have it peeled, and we'll get it set up. Be right back. So as you see, I've cut the onion in half. I've cored the top of the tomatoes, and I peeled the garlic. What I'm going to do is take the basil and just cut off the stems. We're just putting the leaves in there. Don't worry about cutting the leaves up because the leaves are going to go into the blender with everything else. And I'm going to throw that in the center. Next up, take your rosemary. I'm going to take about half of the bunch and I will put it up top and spread it across. Put a couple on the onions. You will be pulling these out. It's okay if a little bit stays behind when you pull them out, but it should be fine. Next up, we'll add the Worcestershire sauce and make sure you get it into the cored tops of the tomatoes. And then we'll spread it across everything else. You use your judgment on those. Next up will be the olive oil. Go pretty generous on this. There we go. Alright, so I have the oven warming up to 350 before I throw this in. So let me go ahead and get the oven warmed up 350 and then we'll throw it in and have it roast for about 20 minutes to a half hour. We'll be back in a moment. So I just pulled it out of the oven. I'm going to go ahead and pull off the rosemary. Like I said, a little bit of rosemary left behind should be fine. Just go ahead and pull the stems out. If I can grab it. There we go. And while you're at it, go ahead and pull off half of the basil. Do want to leave some of the basil behind. There we go. So I'm going to let that cool for a little while, then we'll transfer it to a blender and go ahead and puree it up and have it ready for the soup. So we'll be back in just a bit. So while we're waiting on the vegetables to cool down, go ahead and make the stock. First off, start off with a half a stick of butter. Go ahead and melt that down. We'll be back in just a moment. Alright, now the butter has melted down. Put in about 4 cups of chicken stock or chicken broth, either one. There we go. We'll go ahead and let that come to a boil before we add the creamer. So we'll be back in just a bit. Alright, so I went ahead and transferred everything to the blender. The onions, the tomato, and the garlic, and the drippings. We'll go ahead and put the lid on and pulse this until it's done. Can't really get it that fast. It keeps you wanting to escape. You don't want it too chopped up. You want a little bit of chunk in there. Slow it down a little bit. Alright. So we're done there. Go ahead and open that up. And we'll go ahead and pour it into the, let me move the camera. We'll go ahead and pour it into the chicken stock. There we go. Give that a good stir. Go and add half the cream to it. I apologize, I keep forgetting about that seal. Go give it a good stir and let it simmer for about, we'll give it about a half hour on medium low. So we'll be back in just a bit. Well, the soup is pretty well done. I'm just still letting it simmer to marinate the flavors. I add salt and a little bit of Worcestershire sauce just for taste. And you can serve with shredded Parmesan or croutons, or both. So that's it for now. We'll serve it up and take pictures in a bit. So if you like what you saw, please leave that thumbs up. Help me get my videos out there. As always, if you cook anything that I do here, please let me know how it turns out for you. And until next time, have a great week and a great weekend. And we'll see you next time.